Today we're looking at the E3 Pro by HBADA. Now this is their E3 Pro ergonomic office chair, and they sent this out for review. Thank you for that. As always, we're gonna do an honest, transparent review. So if you're in the market for an office / gaming chair, watch to the end. There's a lot of information on this and some of it is really surprising. So let's jump into it. Let's start with the armrest. So these are considered 5D armrests, not 4D like the higher end that you typically see, but 5D. They have a in and out, right, as far as how close they are to the body, right? They have a rotating in and out as well, and they have also a forward and back. All right, that's not it though. On the inside of this, you have a switch right here, and that switch allows this to go up and down. So now if you want to secure your elbow and have your elbow at a high, especially if you're gaming and you're holding a controller and you want your elbows or your hands locked up without having to do a lot of work, you can move that in, kind of go like that. And that is perfect for gaming. That is phenomenal for gaming. Lastly, there's a very subtle rise right here where your elbow slides into that perfectly. This is one of the most comfortable arm rests I've ever used, and I have some really nice chairs, and this is one of the most comfortable features I've ever seen because your arm slides right into that nook. Nice and perfect. It's so comfortable. Like, I can't believe how comfortable that is right there. And also, like, if you turn it inside, your arm really slides into that groove right there. I mean, it's one of the most thoughtful designs I've seen on a chair before. That doesn't make this armrest perfect. The one thing I don't like about this armrest is that it doesn't go any lower than this. So with that being said, if you want your arms down a little bit lower, you can't go on this because this goes all the way to here. That is the lowest it goes. It goes up, right? But it does not go down. And so you can't go down there. Now, one other thing that this can be an issue will be based on your desk height. So as you see here, this butts right up to my desk, okay? Now, in one regard, it's perfect because it allows your hands. My desk is an average height, 31 inches, 30 and a half, whatever it is, that average height of a desk. My arms are almost perfectly even. So there's no difference. And that is awesome. That's a really nice feature. I wish that this could go down and you could move this up to here when you wanted that, because I mean, it naturally sits there, and as you can see, it's basically even with my desk. But I can't slide forward on my desk. I can't go any further because of the arms not being able to go down. Because they can't go down, I can't go forward. I have to go up to be able to go forward. But now it's raising my hands off my desk, and I can't really go out without like arm support, which this isn't bad. My arm's in between there, but it's not ideal for long periods of time if I'm at my desk for long periods of time. And again, this may be like something that's unique to me, so I'm not under the impression that this is going to bother everyone, but I do like to put my arms down and slide up to my desk sometimes and sit without having to leave the back pad. Now, again, this goes out, right? So it will sneak out and support my back still. My back is being supported there, but I don't know. It feels like a hindrance, and it may not be, but I wanted to point that out. It may not be a hindrance to you at all. It may not be a problem for you if your desk is only a 24-inch desk versus a 36, 37-inch desk. Let's talk about the adjustments or lack thereof of adjustments in this chair. Now, the interesting thing, the very interesting thing is that this may seem like there's not a lot of adjustments. And technically, compared to some other chairs that I have, there isn't. But you don't need them because of the uniqueness of this particular chair. So first, let's go to this floating lumbar here. This floating lumbar here can adjust out or all the way back to almost flush with the back of the chair there. And there's 3 different levels. You hear it kind of ratchet out. Now, when you hear that hard pull, you've gotten to the part where it's not going to stop. So it takes a second to get used to that. The first time I used this chair, that was kind of interesting to get used to. But you hear those 3 clicks, right? But there's a point where, right here, where it won't go any further. That is as far as it goes before you pull it to release it and it goes back. So you get used to pulling it to right there. And that is the furthest out that lumbar support goes. It's the same thing going up. You hear it. And then you get to that top part right there where it's locked. But if you go further, you know, you're going down. So again, so out and up, and that floating lumbar takes the place of a lot of different, I'm trying to get my shirt so I don't show my, that floating lumbar right here that completely wraps your body all the way to here down to the top of my butt, to the lower to middle section of my back right there, takes the place of a lot of different adjustments that other chairs would have. And so you may feel like there's only 2 knobs on this. There's not a lot of adjustments, but this moves with your body. So even if I go that way, you'll see it kind of flex that way. And notice you're not hearing any crazy noises. This chair is quiet as can be. Same thing on this side. Some noise. Rocking back into it. But you see that piece moving with my body, staying with my body, supporting, it's like a song, supporting my body. And so that's why there's not that many adjustments, because this adjusts most things. Going from there, now sometimes this will make it feel like it's pushing you away from the thing. And basically the way that I use this is if I'm leaning forward in my desk, something like this, non-ergonomic sitting, I pull this forward and my lower back is still supported, and this still wraps around my lower back. Even though I'm not, the middle of the top part of my back isn't touching the back of the mesh, which in some chairs, when you lean forward, you have no support on your back. This was very interesting to get used to at first because I wasn't used to that. And so the first week or so, I was like, man, do I like that? Do I like that? Do I like that? 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks in, oh man, it feels great. Especially like when you get busy at work and you kind of leaning towards on your desk and stuff like that. Again, I showed you earlier on the arm pads where you can't tuck in. And so I can lean in like this and my back is still supported at that lower part, which is the part that needs the most support, the lumbar. This headrest is perfect because it almost feels like it's not there. Like the way that it's designed is it doesn't really lock into place anywhere. I mean, it has like these general areas, but the surface area of the headrest is really massive and wide and wide and tall, but your body just kind of goes into it. And because it's this light mesh type material, it just wraps around where it needs to support. And so there's not really a bad, area. Like even if it's like up there, it just picks up where it needs to. And then it kind of expands. And again, I can pull that down. And when you pull this down, it's supporting the bottom of my head all the way through this curve to the top of my lat, of my shoulders right there. So it's supporting all of that. And I mean, all the way up through here. like all of that. And it's not invasive. It's not invasive into like my body. Is the easiest way that I can describe that. It is very comfortable in that regard. As far as adjustments, you have really two. You have this one here and you have this one here. Now, this one is for the seat. So I can move the seat pan forward and back. And that's, you know, depending on your body type and whatnot, where you want that, that's what that's for. And I put mine all the way back. You may put yours forward. It just really depends on what you want, what you like. This one here, in and out. So in, back is locked. But this pad for the feet, going back so you can see it, is really plush. That's plush. And it is comfortable. Only thing I can describe it as is like a gel pad, kind of like a gel filling, like a gel pad is what I would say. But from a comfort standpoint, I'll put some B-roll up. But and it kind of, because it's metal, like it kind of rocks. But that in combination with this, there's no way around it. Like, this is ridiculously comfortable. And you can, again, adjustments with the chairs with the little arm grooves right there. This is the most comfortable. I have some nice chairs, and I think this is the most comfortable chair that I have, leaning back like this. Like, it just, everything is supported. Everything is supported through my shoulders, through my neck, through my head. And my lumbar is still supported exactly on my lumbar without having to adjust anything. It just happens automatically. Anything that I would change? Not really. I think it's a really well-built chair. The wheels are super, super generic, and but they roll pretty well. Like, it doesn't get stuck on the floor or left or right or anything, pretty much. So, you know, those are good. Let me know your thoughts on today's video in the E3 Pro Ergonomic Office Chair. Again, this can be used for office as well as long hours of entertainment and gaming. Thank you again to HBADA for sending this out for review. If you like today's content, consider joining the Cozy Coalition and hitting that subscribe button below, and taking a look at this playlist that I have right here of content that is similar to this one. So, as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.